Assalamualaikum and good day to everyone. My name is Nur Ashrani binti Abdul Rahim. I'm from MJI IT to MKL and my presentation entitled Graphene Oxide, Zinc Oxide, PVA Best Saturable Absorber for Q switching in RBM fiber laser. The contents here, the introduction. Laser is an acronym standing for light amplification by stimulated emission of electromagnetic radiation. A CW laser or continuous wave laser is a type of laser that produces steady, unbroken beam of light. So it is a light flashlight that stays on continuously as long as the power is applied, while pulse laser, on the other hand, flashes in short bursts. So the incorporation of graphene oxide, GO, as the material chosen due to its unique properties and versatile application. GO properties has high surface area, strong optical non-linearity, and good dispersibility. It is the backbone of the hybrid X saturable absorber (SA), while zinc oxide is an inorganic compound characterized as white solid powder that is non-flammable, stable, and water insoluble. It is utilized in various commercial applications. So it has wide band gap, high exciton binding energy. So it is ideal for enhancing nonlinear optical response. PVA, on the other hand, have excellent film forming ability and high optical transparency. So it is perfect for frosting and stabilizing the active material. So the objective of this research is to investigate the nonlinear optical properties of gold zinc oxide PVA composite and evaluate its effectiveness as a saturable absorber (SA) for Q switch in erbium doped fiber lasers. Second is to develop and characterize a hybrid saturable absorber based on graphene oxide and zinc oxide embedded in a PVA matrix and assess its role in generating stable high peak power pulses in EDFL systems. And third, to compare the past performance of different types of host polymer influence the efficiency of SA in fiber lasers. So the literature review here. This table shows literature review from year 2016 to 2025 using SA related to this research. So the past performance of different types of host polymer comparison here do influence the efficiency of saturable absorber. So SA in the fiber laser. So for the methodology, first we measure 7.5 mg of gold powder was dispersed into 5 ml of PVA solution and separately 2 ml of previously prepared zinc oxide PVA solution was added into the gold PVA mixture and the combined solution was ultrasonicated for additional 3 hours to promote even dispersion and final mixture was put into petri dish and dry under ambient condition for 3 days. So to produce a thin hybrid film that incorporate both gold and zinc oxide nanoparticles within the PVA matrix. So the experimental setup of the purpose Q switch erbium doped fiber laser is illustrated in the figure shown. A pump light at 980 nanometer was introduced into the EDF via the WDM to achieve excitation and 80 to 20 optical coupler was used with 20% of the output routed to the diagnostic instrument and the remaining 80 will be recirculated within the cavity. So the output characteristics were evaluated using oscilloscope, optical spectrum analyzer, and radio frequency spectrum analyzer to give insight of their performances. So the result and discussion. A noticeable blue shift was observed compared to CW emission, which was centered at 1560.1 nanometer and at maximum pump power of 273.2 milliwatt. The central wavelength of the Q switch spectra was recorded as shown in figure 3 respectively, and among them the gold oxide PVA demonstrated the most prominent spectropy indicating superior modulation efficiency and enhanced Q switching behavior. Figure 3, Figure 4 and Figure 5 depict the temporal pass train and single pass profile for the Q switch EDFL, incorporating hybrid gold zinc oxide PVA SA And at maximum pump power, the pulse string demonstrates stable pulse generation at highest repetition rate of 135 kHz, correlating to a pulse interval of approximately 7.6 microsecond, indicating more efficient energy extraction per unit time. And even though zinc oxide PVA produced the shortest pulse width with 3.25 microsecond, gold zinc oxide PVA produced comparable pulse width of 3.76 microsecond. As shown in figure 6, there is a distinct relationship between the pump power and the changes in both repetition rate and pulse width. The repetition rate rises almost linearly from 16.84 kHz to 135 kHz, whereas the pulse width will steadily shorten from 17.4 microsecond to 3.25 microsecond. So this trend agrees with the typical Q switch behavior. And figure 7 illustrates how the instantaneous peak power and pulse energy vary with increasing input pump power in the gold zinc oxide PVA based Q switch laser. And the spectral analysis of the nanocomposite revealed a pronounced signal peak with an exceptionally high signal to noise ratio of 80.27 dB for gold zinc oxide PVA. So the summary result is in this work, gold zinc oxide PVA achieved pulse width of 3.7 microsecond peak power, 20.31 milliwatt, and pulse energy of 76.37 nanojoule at a signal noise ratio of 80.27 dB. And in conclusion, a passively Q-switch EDFL is successfully developed by using gold zinc oxide and zinc oxide PVA. The performance of this SA was compared with other reported work highlights that gold zinc oxide PVA offers high pulse energy, short duration of low pulse width, and exceptionally signal clarity. So it is establishing it as a reliable SA for efficient and low noise Q-switch fiber laser. So this is the reference, and thank you.